Hi everybody, it's Upland Spiritual, another reading. This is going to be the weekly cup for the 29th to the 5th. So let's find out. This is for everyone, the collective. Yeah, I just got done watching the last episode of this drama I've been watching with my husband for months now, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's you know when you've been watching something for so long, there's the door. You've been watching something for so long that you're just you know how you just it's like you're in these people's lives and everything, these dramas and stuff, right? And then when it ends, you're like, oh my gosh, it's horrible. You invested all your time and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. For a little bit, it started getting I don't know, I was gonna keep watching it or not. But I don't know. I don't know if they ended it well. I'm kind of confused. I just got done right now watching it, so I'm a little bit confused. I cried so much in that drama. Wow. I cried so much. It was so sad, So if anybody wants to know what it is, it's called a Zel, and it's a Turkish drama, obviously. Yeah, and yeah, it made me really get upset, So for those of you that don't know it, and you want to watch it, don't listen to this part, just skip the part. But I'm just going to talk about a couple things with this. I'm just going to, just talk about whatever before I go into the cup. But it's I'm not going to talk about the whole show, but it was revenge at first. And then it became everyone was betraying each other, and then they love each other, and then everybody was dying and got killed, and then Azel's the main character, and he finally got everything for a second, but he knew he wasn't gonna have the happy ending, because when you do things like that or whatever, your life's like that, you're never gonna have a happy ending, you're never gonna be okay, because it's just fate for you. And the lady that he loved or whatever, back and forth so much, yeah, she ended up getting killed or stabbed by the other guy that also was in love with her, but he was obsessed with her, he was a psycho. Yeah, it was so sad, because she was dying slow, and it was horrible, Yeah, it was just really sad. I felt so bad for him, and he had a kid with her, but he never got to be his dad because he was in prison, and he got put into prison because of them, because they faked the murder and planted it on him. And yeah, it was horrible. It was just a horrible thing. How do you forgive after all those things, And he forgave them, And they told all the stories of all the characters, and yeah, it was so sad. But at the end, it's weird because what happened was the uncle, well, they call him the uncle, but he was a guy that he when he got thrown in prison because he was so innocent. Well, he was innocent. He didn't do anything. But they kept picking on him, and they thought he was a murderer, and he had all this money that he took, because that's what the thing was, that he stole a bunch of money from this casino or whatever. But he didn't do anything. They just planted it on him. And this uncle, which he's not his real uncle, but it was that's his name, that everybody knows he's a mafia boss or something. And he has his own revenge with somebody else, and this whole thing, but he pretty much took him in as a son, and he raised him to be like him, you know? And he taught him all these things, and he only trusted him with like everything. And like this last episode, yeah, I don't want to start crying because it's like really sad, but like this last episode, like what happened was, yeah, she, you know, this lady, she was dying, and that's it, you know? And that's all he was living for, was for her. And the son got raised by his friend, and the friend loved him, you know? He's like, you can't go, like, yeah, it was just, that stuff, like, just is so sad. And they did like a flashback, and he was with the uncle, and he was talking to him like in this room, like in like the prison room or something. And he's like, he gives him a ring, and he's like, don't use this ring even when you're at your worst. Like, don't use this ring to get out of something. Don't use this ring. Don't wear this ring for like when you're at the lowest part of your life, right? And he said, promise me you won't do that. And he goes, I promise. And he goes, only wear this ring when you're happy, or like you're in your new life, like something like that, right? And he goes, that's when you can wear this ring. And I'm like, that's kind of weird, right? Like, you're watching this and you're like, wow, that's what is this, you know? And he opens the ring, and it has like poison in it, and he takes it to die with her, because she died on the train with him, because she couldn't live anyways. Like, the doctor said that she was gonna die anyways. And yeah, they died together like that. And then it showed all the people that died like throughout the series. It was just sad, you know, like, yeah. He literally had nothing else. Like, he lost everyone, you know, like he lost everybody. And it was just like sad. It's like beyond sad. Just, you know, you got to realize how precious life is in your world, you know, and like what you have. Because a lot of people like don't realize what they have, like, or don't appreciate anything in their life until something happens where you end up appreciating it, right? You end up like changing your mind, because we get caught up like in like this fake matrix, you know, like this fake world that it's all robotic and no feelings, you know, everybody just does the same thing over and over again. And you know, that's why there's so much like mental illness and stuff like that now, more than ever, because there's no emotions, there's no feelings. Like, you know, like people have all these problems, they lost that connection. There's no loyalty to anybody anymore. You know, you're just existing and floating around until, you know, you feel like something's going to change or something's going to happen, or you're waiting for something, and it's like, that's not, you know, I don't know. But yeah. So let's start this cup. This is the weekly cup. This is for the 29th to the 5th. Thank you to all my subscribers and all my my fans out here living their best life every day, you know. And let's see what's going on here. Yeah, we have a flag here. So there's something about your country or your state or something, like, or don't be tempted to lower your standards for something here. Yeah, you have a whale tail here. So there's great worry over nothing. You know, you have some kind of abundance coming in as well. Maybe you're going to be able to pay your bills, or, you know, you're finally going to get some money that you're going to be able to pay what you owe. And I feel like this week you're forgiving yourself a lot, you know, like you're forgiving yourself. You're like, that big bright light was shined on all like your scars and the bad things that you hate about yourself, and like the regrets you have in your life that never went away, and the wounds that never really closed up. or stuff like that. You know, like you have all these regrets, like you wish you can go back to that one time where you really messed up and take it back, and you know. There's like a fly over here. And then it went away. But yeah, it's like, you know, you wish that you can do whatever, right? But now this week, you're not wishing anymore. It's like this week it's like you're gaining that like you're able to let it go now. Like, it's so painful, you know? This is like so painful. Like, it's not just saying like let it go, you know? I'll just let it go. You know how somebody says that, like, oh, whatever, just let it go. Who cares? You know? Why are you dwelling on that? Who cares? No, like this is like, you're gonna wake up and you're literally gonna be like, wow, I let that go. Like, I don't have any feelings towards that. I literally let it go. I don't need any justice for that. I don't need any revenge for that. Because you got it already. You know what I mean? And it's weird because once you do that, that's when you're going to get the justice and all this kind of stuff. You know, like when you finally let it go. This week is all about like letting it go. You know, you're not fighting for anything. You're not like saying, oh, this person did this to me and I feel like this about them and whatever, because everyone is a reflection of you, right? Whoever you were, at whatever point in your life you were. And sometimes, you know, this is what happens. Like in your life, you meet certain people, right? And it's because it's your frequency. But you try to go down to their frequency. And it makes you into a different person, right? Because you want to fit in. You want to be loved. You want to be accepted. You don't want to be abandoned, right? But you end up like sacrificing yourself for somebody else, right? And living for somebody else's terms in their life, right? So then what happens is when you grow up and you move on with your life and you meet somebody that's at your frequency, like you didn't have to change your frequency, but they're literally at your frequency. You start looking at things different. You're like, wow, why did I even want that when I was like that age? Or like, why did I even think that was cool? Like, why did I even do that? What was I even thinking buying that furniture? Like, this furniture is so ugly, you know? Like, why did I do that? Why did I buy this clothes? Like, I thought this was cool. Like, I don't know. And some of it, like, you really regret. Like, why did I do this, you know? Why did I make that choice? I hate that. I hate that about myself. Like you carried around, like, this hate for so long that you kind of made it into, like, your identity. You know what I mean? Like, your identity of like who you are, you know, oh, that thing happened to me because ... So that makes me this type of person. Like, this is part of who I am, right? This is not true. You know, you're not like identifying yourself with something like that. You went through something. It's an experience, whether it's good, bad, whatever, it doesn't matter. But like, that's the difference. Like, when you punish yourself compared to forgiving yourself, forgiving the situation, forgiving that person. You don't have to literally forgive them like to their face, but like, let them go, you know? Yeah, like people, people do very bad things to people. You even did probably bad things to somebody else. You didn't even realize it, you know? Everybody does bad things to somebody. You know, nobody's really innocent like that. Yeah, maybe you're not 100%, but, you know, it's about finally putting the blame on the right person and then also taking accountability too. And then growing from that. Yeah, you have a big rainbow here. This is like about forgiveness. This is about, you know, the most difficult part of a situation's over. It's done now. It's like I'm telling you, you kind of just woke up and you're not the same anymore. You don't feel the same anymore, like about the past or your revenge, or I hope those people get what they deserve and whatever. You just don't care anymore. Yeah, there's a lot of shadows here, and the shadows are all on fire. So it's like the shadows from the past, like they're burning away, like they're disintegrating, they're going away. They don't exist anymore. BE7, 5, and 12. Yeah, a lot of flames here. S7 and the new moon. The new moon's going to be significant for you because I think maybe the new moon's this week. I don't know off the top of my head, but it probably is. But the new moon's going to be significant because it's going to allow you to do what I just said this whole time. You know, there's like a recording tape here. There's something like where you're rewinding things, or like there's something where you're playing the tape one last time and then you're breaking it. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to have this tape to replay over and over again anymore. It's like you might listen to it one more time, or you might not listen to it at all, and you just look at it, you're just like, I'm done with this. I don't need to hear this tape anymore. I heard this tape 5 million times. You know? I know what it says. I know what happened. You're just going to break it, and that's it. It doesn't exist anymore. I know this is so weird and complex, and like a lot of you maybe are not even watching anymore, but like, just understand this, right? You literally cannot go backwards. Like, you can't ever go back, ever. Like, you like, after this video, right? That's it. You know, it's like, that's gone now. That's in the past. Like, me talking to you, like, that's gone. That's in the past. Doesn't exist anymore. What you did yesterday or like a few hours ago doesn't exist anymore. It's gone. What you said, how you felt, because your feelings are always changing, you know? Like, that's it. Like, it's so weird. This is like so deep, you know? There's a lot of eyes here, so maybe there's like a crowd of people. Maybe this is people watching you. Maybe this is like your fans. Maybe people look up to you, or you're like a public speaker. You're going to be talking about something, or, you know, these are your ancestors. They could be listening to you or watching over you, protecting you. Yeah, there's a shark here, so be careful with material money, material wealth here. You know, because you're coming into like a lot of money here, so be careful. Maybe people want to take things from you. There's something about security and stability, like you're finally, you know, putting like the foundation, like the screws into the wood and making the structure strong, and, you know, it's not going anywhere here. There's money coming that you don't remember. It's like money where you don't remember where it's coming from is coming to you this week. Yeah, you have a big mother tree here, and that's about your ancestors and your family. But this is family that you don't know in this life. This is like family that will never leave you because of the spirit. Yeah, you have Capricorn, Pisces, and Taurus here. And you have 2 portals opening up at the same time. And you have a lot of bats as well. So, yeah, there's like enemies working against you, but you're like 10 steps ahead of this. So, N, W, and K. Okay. Let's see. Pisces and Libra. Maybe something's happening with Pisces and Libra. Virgo and Libra. And your guides are helping you all as well. Yeah. As you went through Virgo season, going into Libra, your guides have been helping you all as well. Okay, let me put this up a little bit. So we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Trine brings luck. There's a lot of luck here this week. Indulges, effortlessness. That's good. Very nice. Yeah, and who knows how long I'll be doing this for. I probably won't even be doing this for that much longer. I'm talking about this channel, doing readings. You know? This is not, I don't think, in my future, you know? This is not something I want to do forever. It's draining, it's toxic, it's evil. You know? This stuff's evil. Emotions are running high. A lot of you are starting a new relationship, a new healthy dynamic with somebody, and you're letting somebody else go that was toxic, or you're renewing your love somehow. Yeah. Something like transgender. Yeah, that's like so sad, you know? Yeah, that show was like, wow. Wow, 2-month cards. That's weird. I gotta go to work too after this. Gotta go to work. Gotta go to work. All right. So let's see. We have the key and the clover on Monday. So there's something lucky here that's opening up to you here. You got a solution to your problem, and you're very lucky on Monday. August the 12th, Chinese year of the pig, Chinese year of the horse here. Sagittarius and Cancer. You're hearing some kind of news connected to August. Aries, it's time to take action, communicate clearly. Taurus and fire element, passion, sudden event, dramatic, and instant attraction. Fast clearing, desire. Something you're desiring, something that you want is coming true. Connected to your self-indulgent, you're patient. Maybe you were like obsessed with something and now you're finally getting news. Maybe it's material news. Earthy, it's grounded, it's here. It's something happening in like the present moment. That's what's happening on Monday here. Tuesday, you have the Ace of Pentacles and the Moon. You're finally being shown a brand new beginning here on Tuesday. It's connected to April now. Aries and Taurus and Leo and Virgo. Okay, so the book, you did some kind of research. You learned something. Chinese year of the rooster, the 26th. Time to give rather than take. New moon in Virgo. Trust and the moon. You have a lot of moon energy here. So yeah, your feelings, your femininity, the cycles you've been in, the past, dreams, comfort, your lineage. It's all, you're receiving a lot of information here. And it's connected to a new beginning here. And it's very emotional. I got a little tickle in my throat. But yeah, Tuesday looks really informative here. Wednesday, we have maybe like a luxury purchase here, something that's expensive, could be connected to like a religious thing here. Chinese year of the dog. Something slow connected to the 7th, or 7 days, 7 weeks from now, maybe, or 7 months from now, July. Chinese year of the horse, your freedom, maybe, or like a Cancer energy. Solid foundation, success with effort. We have the whip here, letter J, number 11, Chinese year of the dog, Scorpio. Another Aries energy. A fiery climax approaches. Something's ending that was very hurtful. It was like a burden. It was annoying. There's forgiveness now. And you're discovering the merit facets of who you are in the process of all this stuff. Yeah. So I told you this is like coming to an end here. Like a good end. Thursday, we have Full of Wonder. Here's the shark. So maybe Thursday, be careful with money. Maybe somebody's going to try to take money from you, or there's a loss of money. Believe in love. Maybe it's somebody that loves you, cares about you. Maybe they're going to try to take money from you. Could be a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Or they want to take something from you. Control your anger. You will be sorry. The fish. Yeah, it's some kind of material thing. Letter K, 34. Adjustments are required here. Get more information, and the full moon. Blessings, blossoming, celebration. Release what's no longer serving you here. Let go of the past. Yeah. And somebody's going to try to make you upset, but you have to let go of the past. And remember that whole thing I was talking about? That's the most important thing here. Friday, we have Pisces here. We have some kind of money you're receiving on Friday. Yeah, financial gain usually coming from something you did in the past. It's connected to like a soulmate here. Child, letter J, 13. A new beginning, maybe a new job, maybe money, maybe you're winning some kind of money. This could be love here, renewal in love, a renewal in love, or a new love for some of you. Maybe you're having a child, you're getting pregnant. Show the world the real you. Full moon in Aquarius. Maybe you're rebirthing yourself. It's like a whole new you. You know, you're healing your inner child. You're ready now. And with the water element here, trust your feelings, you know, go with the flow, subtle changes, psychic dreaming, intuition, and a very emotional time for you here. Yeah, this is justice being served here. Okay, so Saturday you have a commitment here with the ring. You have the commitment. You could be getting married. You could be getting proposed to. You could be having a child. You can be getting a new job. There's a vampire here. So there's like an energy vampire here. The change you want will happen 1 month from Saturday here. Yeah, you're going to be traveling, taking a trip. And it's shocking. It's sudden. It's unexpected here. Live your dream. It's part of your dreams, but here's the bad. You do have people around you that are not happy for you, or they're, you know, they're enemies, they're negative, they're toxic, they have the vampire teeth, they're draining. But you also have love here, you know. Love surrounding you. You have wealth. You have the stars. This is beyond. Chinese year, the snake, Gemini, the 16th. Believe in the possible. Believe in the impossible. Blue moon. There's a blue moon opportunity here. Be assertive, Gemini. And you have ask your pack to assist you. Explore your own modes of expression. Be resourceful. Express yourself fully. And use your intuitive instinct here. The color blue. Blue eyes could be significant. Or like seeing beyond here. Maybe this is like your ancestors here. Okay, be you. Maybe it literally is saying like be you, be yourself. I choose strength. You have the root chakra here, and you have 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months. The second is going to be significant. Chinese year of the ox. Aquarius. Sorrow over loss with the clover. Chinese year of the snake, Chinese year of the ox. Gemini and Aquarius energy. There's a loss here on Sunday, or you're grieving a loss, but it's also helping you rest, and you're very lucky here with that. Take time to breathe out and ask your angels. And Saturn, yeah, discipline, slow and steady, delay, test, practicality, maturity, and tradition, structure. So yeah, something with Saturn, it's long lasting. It's for a long time. But you know, you're also letting go of like the past, you know? That's why you're taking time to breathe out and let things go that don't serve you anymore. So that's all I have for you. So good luck. Have a great week. And I'll see you in the next one. Namaste. Love and light.